Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. This is the second C6 Z06 we have built and are filming for the week. I absolutely love this platform. Mr. Rideau sent us this vehicle from California, so he is on the West Coast with shitty 91 octane, but we built him a monster standing behind us with our 700 horsepower package. Let me pop the hood and show you the mods that we did to it.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
Alright guys, so this is a 2007 C6 Z06. It's crazy how time flies. It feels like just yesterday we were building these 3 to 4, 5 a week when it came to the C6 platform. The LS3s and the LS7s. It's crazy how time flies. I feel like I'm fucking getting old here. But Mr. Rideau, again, I think, I don't know if he's originally from Louisiana and then moved to California, but the car is going back to California. He wanted, this was a, I think it had just like a cold air on it when we got it. And it only has 24,000 miles in the odometer. Super clean C6 Z06. Again, wanted a chop at idle. He wanted the louder exhaust, but still wanted it to drive nice and be driver friendly with 91 octane in California. So one with our 700 horsepower package. Again, this is the second one we've built this week. Another one was a red one. It was a 13 C6 Z06, actually from Texas. So he's going to be running on 93 octane. They're both very similar. The only difference between, let's say, an 07 and a 13 from the factory is the transmission. This one has a T56 transmission in it. The 08 and ups have TR6060 transmissions. The TR6060 is a little bit stronger transmissions for back in the day when we would make 1200 to 1500 rear wheel horsepower with these cars. The TR6060 gear set would last a little bit longer than the T56s. But besides that, 700 horsepower package is what he chose. So you pop the hood, first thing you see, MSD Intake Manifold, Haltech big cold air with a large throttle body on it. We pull the engine out of these things. Full CNC cylinder heads from our guys at LME. New valves, keepers, locks, valve springs for the high lift camshaft. Of course, the custom grind cam. And like I said in probably the other video, every car we build, yes, it's a 700 horsepower package, but we talk to the customer, kind of feel out his needs and goals, so it decides exactly what camshaft goes into it, exactly what we decide for the compression to be for the cylinder heads. Because of the fuel, obviously for this car, we had to keep the compression a little bit lower. And then headers as well. They always get American Racing headers on them, and we run headers, the connection pipes to the stock mufflers, just like we do with the C7 platform. But an NA build, ATI balancer, we do like a 10% underdrive on this thing to go from 430 rear wheel horsepower. This one stopped, I think, just like the other one, right at 585 rear wheel horsepower. It's a naturally aspirated car that, man, just from driving the other one, the driving experience, if you're a car guy and you want a driving experience vehicle, the C6 Z06 is for you. 600 rear wheel horsepower naturally aspirated. I know it doesn't sound like a lot compared to these 1,000 horsepower cars that we build every day, but as this car behind me and this platform, the power to weight ratio of this thing will outrun a lot of cars that make more horsepower than it. Let's say like a new ZL1 Camaro or even the new Mustangs that are heavy that make 700 horsepower. These things, if you can drive them, of course, because you have to shift these cars, you will outrun cars, and people will be super surprised that you're only making 600 rear wheel horsepower. And again, it's more of a, for me, a weekend toy kind of car, just for the driving experience. To be able to hop in it, you get that chop at idle, still drives good on the highway or cruising with the camshaft that we have in it. And then, like I said, with the exhaust headers all the way back, We keep the factory dual mode muffler on it. That way, when I'm on the highway cruising, you can close the muffler and it literally still sounds like a stock vehicle. So again, perfect platform. It's my color blue. Again, it's a blast to drive. We dynoed it. I'm gonna go ahead and take it for you guys for a ride in it now. This one has a Mantic clutch in it, and all the clutches, every time we do an LS7 build, 700 horsepower, the stock clutch will suffice with 600 rear wheel horsepower. But these cars are getting older. The last one we did a monster clutch in it with a new. We always put a new slave cylinder in every one we do. Because this one is an 07, a lot older, it needed a new master cylinder as well. So it got a Mantic clutch, new slave cylinder, and a new master cylinder. So we break it in a little bit, then we dyno it. Now we're gonna go out in the street and have some fun with it so you guys can see what this thing can do. Test driving Mike Rideau's 2007 C6 Z06. Only 25,000 miles on the odometer. Another super clean C6 Z06. This is our second one. We're finishing up this week with our 700 horsepower package. Mr. Rideau is from California, the West Coast, so he is blessed with the shitty 91 octane, but just like the previous one, 700 horsepower package, camshaft very similar, wants a nice weekend cruiser. Again, compression we kept low because of the fuel he's going to be running. Both of them, we stopped right around 585 rear wheel horsepower, and that was with 93 in the tank. So what we do is, since we don't have 91 here in Houston, we do 93, then we will pull timing accordingly for 91 octane. So, man, two cars back to back. I think they were literally within 2 horsepower from each other. One was the 2013 C6 Z06, Mr. Rideau's the 2007. The main difference between the two cars is Mr. Rideau's 07 comes with a T56 transmission. The 2013 comes with a TR6060. What other differences? That's from the factory. As far as our packages go, they're identical. The only difference when it comes to a package, the last car we did a monster clutch, and this one, Mr. Rideau's, we did a Mantic clutch, and also sells a stock shifter in it. I want to say the other one we did the monster clutch with the MGW shifter. This one sells a factory shifter in it. But anytime we do clutches in these vehicles, we always change the slave cylinder out every time we put a new clutch in it. Because this vehicle is older than the last one, it needed a master cylinder to be replaced as well. So besides that, again, another LS7 427 from the factory. These cars are a blast to drive. Second gear, it's on a Nitto NT05. Absolutely rips. An NT05 is still a radial. The NT05R is a drag radial. If you want to go from like first gear rolls, I'd recommend getting like the NT05R or the Toyo 888. But the NT05, for what he's going to be doing with the vehicle, is it will suffice. That was second gear, traction control on. It was trying to break loose a little bit when I first stabbed it, but nothing uncontrollable. So he could actually turn traction control off in this car on a good road. I say concrete roads. I don't like asphalt roads, and enjoy this thing. And I didn't say it much in the previous video, but these platforms, and I'm gonna start dragging, guys, before and after more, so y'all can actually see how much these things improve with our packages finished. But the C6 Z06 platform, as well as the C6 ZR1, they surprised most people. Back in the day, when we would build this package, our heads and cam package, even with 550 rear wheel horsepower, let's say, going to run against a Mustang back in the day, or even a Lamborghini back in the day, or whatever it was, these cars, just the power to weight ratio and the way that they're geared, man, they outrun those cars that are modded as well, even with the same horsepower or more horsepower. Like, let's say a Camaro, like a 5th gen Camaro with 700 horsepower, you know, these cars usually would outrun it. Mustangs with 700 horsepower, these cars would outrun it. They're just very quick, like I said, 60 to 130s. And again, I no lift shift my cars, but when I'm test driving customer cars, y'all can see I'm lifting off the clutch, grabbing the next gear, then going into gear. It's just, I don't want to tear or abuse customer vehicles. I'll let them do that. I just make sure it goes into gear properly. One more time. Again, second gear, rolling into it. No words. Like, best driving experience. It just, for a 2007 car, this thing handles so good, and the driving experience you get, hell, it's the newer Corvettes obviously have a lot more, let's just say, computers in them to do stuff for you. This is still a raw Corvette to drive. I mean, it's not a 69 Camaro or something like that, or a 63 Vet, but it just, you are definitely driving the vehicle. It's just the driving experience. I've probably said it 10 times. Sorry if I repeat myself. It's just, I love this platform. I love building these, and I love seeing the customers' expressions after they hear it for the first time and after they test drive it for the first time. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far. And please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're going to want to see. And as always, please comment below.